Hello friends, in this video we will be learning about the blood supply of spinal cord. So spinal cord is supplied by three arteries. The first one is anterior spinal artery, the posterior spinal artery and the radicular artery. So anterior spinal artery. Anterior spinal artery is formed by the union of right and left spinal arteries. And these are the branches of vertebral artery, especially the fourth part of the vertebral artery. This anterior spinal artery is formed in the posterior cranial fossa and runs down through the foramen magnum, and in the anterior median fissure it runs down. The second is posterior spinal artery. This posterior spinal artery is also formed by the fourth part of vertebral artery, and it runs down through the foramen magnum and there are two posterior spinal arteries. So one artery runs down behind the dorsal root and one in front of the dorsal root. So one is behind and one is in front of the dorsal root. Then third one is radicular artery. So till the cervical region most of the supply is through the vertebral arteries, through anterior and posterior spinal arteries, but below the cervical region the vertebral artery doesn't supply. So the supply to the spinal artery is through the radicular arteries, and these radicular arteries are given by the spinal branches of vertebral artery, ascending and deep cervical arteries, intercostal arteries, and lumbar and sacral arteries. So here the 11th intercostal artery gives a branch of radicular artery, especially the anterior radicular artery, and that branch is very large. It is called as arteria radicularis magna. Generally the radicular arteries are small and they supply the specific spinal segment or spinal nerve segment, specific spinal nerves. But here these are large arteries which join with spinal arteries. So these are arteria radicularis magna. Now we will come to the venous drainage of the spinal cord. So spinal cord is mainly drained by 6 veins. So these are two median longitudinal venous channels, like anteriorly there is anteromedian longitudinal venous channel. Then posteriorly there is posteromedian longitudinal venous channel, and there are paired anterolateral channels and paired posterolateral channels. So paired anterolateral channel is situated posterior to the anterior nerve roots, posterior to the anterior nerve roots, and the posterolateral longitudinal venous channels are situated posterior to the posterior nerve roots. So these 6 channels are interconnected by plexus of veins, which forms venous vasocorona. These drains into epidural venous plexus, which is situated between the dura mater and the vertebral column. So this is situated in the epidural space. So this is epidural venous sinus, epidural venous plexus, and this epidural venous plexus drains into segmental veins. Now we will come to some clinical correlation. So now anterior spinal artery mainly supplies the regions of corticospinal tract and spinothalamic tract. So when there is thrombosis of the anterior spinal artery, there is upper motor neuron paralysis below the level of lesion. And when the spinothalamic tract is affected because of the thrombosis of the anterior spinal artery, there is loss of pain and temperature sensations below the level of lesion. But touch and proprioception are not affected. Touch and proprioception are not affected because posterior column tracts are not involved. Dorsal column is not involved. Dorsal column is not involved, that's why touch, proprioception, vibration are not affected. So this was all about the blood supply of the spinal cord. Thank you so much.